Dear participant, welcome to the capacity building program of National Mission on Libraries. I am Pallab Pradhan, Scientist B, Library Science from InfluBnet Center, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Now I am going to take a lecture session on electronic resources and its types. In this session, I'll be covering an early history and evolution of electronic resources, its meaning and definitions, different types of electronic resources available in libraries, the formats and media types of electronic resources in which those are available. So after learning this module, you would be able to understand and have the knowledge on what are electronic resources, different types of electronic resources, and its various formats. Here we will first discuss a little about the early history and evolution of electronic resources. The first electronic resources in true sense appeared in the form of bibliographic records in libraries. The development of MARC, which is machine readable cataloging, in 1964 can be considered as a major breakthrough in this direction. Soon after, automation of libraries started in 1970s with introduction to integrated library automation packages. Further, the trend picked up in early 1980s with the availability of PCs in affordable cost to libraries. In 1970s, 80s, the library started accessing online databases on services like Dialog, STN, and BRS Search. Later, in 1980s onwards, libraries started subscribing online databases on CD-ROMs. In between that time, World Library of Congress World Library Catalog, WorldCat, was being introduced in 1971 by Online Computer Library Center, OCLC, which is situated at Ohio, to facilitate online cataloging and resource sharing to libraries. Further, with the advent of Tim Berners-Lee's World Wide Web in 1990s, the scenario has been changed completely and still evolving on its way. As we know that libraries are considered as the storehouse of knowledge and information. A library offers varied information and resources in its collection, may it be books, journals or periodicals, or theses and dissertations, heritage artifacts or materials, government documents, and so on. Those may be in their physical formats or in electronic or digital formats. However, the changing information-seeking behavior of library users and the implementation of information and communication technology in libraries are leading to the changing pattern in the collection and collection development policy of libraries worldwide in recent time. Electronic resources are becoming more significant part of any library's core collection. So how can we define electronic resources? Electronic resources are also called as e-resources, are the materials in digital format accessible electronically. According to International Federation of Library Associations, IFLA, electronic resources refer to those materials that require computer access, whether through a personal computer, mainframe or handheld mobile device. They may either be accessed remotely by the internet or locally. It can be defined as resources in an electronic format or computer processable format that provides information or an indicator to the information and are generally accessible over the internet or stored on media like CD-ROM, DVD-ROM or other any kind of storage devices. E-resources include electronic journals, electronic books, online databases, e-newspapers, e-magazines, sound recordings, image databases in varied digital formats. The libraries around the world purchase or have subscription to these many such electronic resources in order to provide access to its patron with free access. So these are the different types of electronic resources available in library, such as electronic journals, electronic books, electronic databases, electronic newspapers, electronic magazines, electronic theses and dissertations, e-learning and multimedia resources. We will be discussing all these types of resources one by one in this session. So first, electronic journals. Electronic journals are also known as e-journals. Electronic journals are scholarly journals, electronic serial publications, newsletters, or intellectual magazines that can be accessed and distributed electronically over the internet. Some electronic journals are online-only journals, while some are online version of their printed counterparts, and also some are print plus online journals, sometimes with extra video and interactive media materials. www.ejournals.org provides to the sites of major e-journals around the world. Electronic journals are mostly categorized into two types based on their availability, which is commercial and open access. Almost all commercial e-journals are subscription-based and allow pay-per-view access subscription to libraries, where most open access journals are freely available over the internet without having any kind of subscription. A directory of open access journals, DOS, provides a list of open access journals which are being published around the world. Electronic journals are mostly published and available in HTML or PDF format. Then electronic books. Electronic book is also called as e-book or digital book. It is nothing but a publication of book in digital form consisting of almost same features as like its physical form or printed book. Electronic books are readable on computers, personal digital system which is PDA, laptop or other electronic devices which are easily available on market with affordable cost. Few examples of electronic readers are Kindly from Amazon, Sony Reader from Sony, iPad from Apple Inc. So most electronic books are available in PDF and open ebook format. Ebooks offer add-on features such as increased search capacity within a book or entire collection of books, ability to highlight and flag a page, ability to make notes on text without damaging the books. One can directly email quotes from ebooks to other colleagues too. So major publishers like Springer, Wiley InterScience, Taylor and Francis, Cambridge University Press, Oxford University have their own ebook collections which they offer on subscription or one-time purchase basis to libraries. There are a number of ebook aggregators that make thousands of books available online for libraries and individuals at relatively lower cost. There are four major ebook aggregators which are Questia, eBrary, Net Library, and World eBook Library. However, just like other resources, ebooks too come with restrictions such as limits on downloads in terms of number of pages, like one page at a time or one chapter at a time, or no download at all. Now, electronic databases. Electronic database or e-database is an organized collection of information or resources of a particular subject or multidisciplinary subject areas. It includes journal articles, newspaper articles, book reviews, conference proceeding, encyclopedia, directory, and so on, which is updated on a daily, weekly, or monthly or quarterly basis. The information of an electronic database can be searched and retrieved electronically. Basically, there are two types of electronic databases. One is full text and another is bibliographic databases. The full text databases contains the whole content of an article, such as citation information, text, illustrations, diagrams, and tables. There are two major full text databases are available, which are EBSCOhost and ProQuest. Bibliographic databases only contain citation information of an article, such as author name, journal title, publication date, page numbers. Web of Science and Scopus are two important examples of bibliographic and citation databases. There are a number of public domain databases available over the internet too. However, most online databases require annual subscription for accessing them. Databases are now available in a number of ways on the web, on CD-ROM, or on any library network. Most of the databases can be used either from home or in library or from anywhere with having internet access. Electronic newspaper. An electronic newspaper is also termed as an e-newspaper or e-paper or online newspaper. It is a self-contained online version of a traditional newspaper which is print published on the internet. Electronic newspaper are being published online on the internet with its normal print format or with some value addition tweak like searching interactive images, hypertext, hyperlinks to additional stories or sections, and sometimes links to some classified documents available over the internet. Many news organizations require subscription to e-newspaper just like their regular print newspaper. For example, the Wall Street Journals and Financial Times have their own subscription model for e-newspaper. However, most e-newspaper are freely available to all over the World Wide Web. Electronic magazines. It is also called as e-magazine, online magazine, webzine, or e-zine. It is the electronic format of magazines published through bulletin board system or any other forms. Electronic magazines can be distributed through electronic method like email or published online over the internet. Now, electronic theses and dissertations. Theses and dissertations submitted to universities and academic institutions are becoming highly valuable part of their of collection in libraries. This kind of documents, especially in digital format, constitute an important component of a digital library as an electronic resources. Electronic resources, electronic theses and dissertations in its short form can be termed as ETD. Institutions worldwide are building their own electronic thesis and dissertations archive for electronic submission of their theses and dissertations produced by their own student and research community. Moreover, many institutions are putting their ETDs under the overall umbrella of national initiatives like our Shodh Ganga, which are situated in Flipnet Ahmedabad, or Ethos UK, or International Digital Library Initiative, which is called as NDLTD, Network Digital Library of Theses and Dissertations. Institutions are through developing institutional repository to deposit their research outputs and other publications produced by their own academic community. You may find a list of institutional repository from the website of our Directory of Open Access Repository, which is called as DOOR. Then the foremost is e-learning and multimedia resources. Libraries do have learning materials, presentations, sound recordings as a part of their collection. Nowadays, academic institutions, in collaboration with their libraries, are offering various e-learning and training courses through massive online courses, which is called as MOOCs, that mirror classroom teaching activities. Users, mostly the students, learn through a combination of highly interactive online learning tutorials, lectures, demonstrations, and simulation and assessment. Those learning materials are being delivered right to the user's desktop over the internet with a secure access mechanism to enhance rapid and self-paced learning. We all in India, the Indian government is also putting its effort in this direction by initiating national level projects like National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, which is called as an NAPTEL, and EPG Pathshala. What is NAPTEL, NPTEL? That the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning is a joint venture by 7 Indian Institute of Technology IITs and Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, which aim is to enhance the quality of engineering education in the country by developing curriculum-based video and web courses. It provides learning materials, digitally typed classroom lectures, supplementary materials, and link to the state-of-the-art research materials in every subject possible, and provides various online courses on engineering, sciences, and technology. Where the EPG Pathshala at Implement Center Gandhinagar is a project funded by National Mission of Education in Communication Technology by MHRD. It's also developing high-quality curriculum-based interactive e-content in different subjects across all disciplines at postgraduate level. So, what are the media types and formats of electronic resources? There are many different types of formats in which electronic resources are available in the market. Electronic journals are produced on CD-ROM or DVD-ROM, delivered by email, or are available in full text, which in HTML or PDF over the web. Subscribed e-resources are directly being delivered from publisher sites to users' desktop over the internet with access mechanism like institutional IP-based access. E-resources are also made available as a mirror site for a given country or university or a group of universities. Electronic resources may also be hosted on campus internet or local area network in an institutions. Although almost every types of information can be represented in digital form, few important file formats for text and images have been described here. Text-based content of a digital library can be stored and presented as the simple text or ASCII text format, structured text format, and unstructured text. Simple text or ASCII, which is called as American Standard Code for Information Exchange, is the most commonly used encoding scheme used for facilitating exchange of data from one software to another or from one platform to another. Photographs, diagrams, graphics, spatial characters cannot be displayed in ASCII. ASCII formats doesn't store text formatting information like the italic words, bold font, font types, and font size or paragraph justification information. The structured text attempts to provide structure to a document using markup. This text format have provision to embed images, graphics, and other multimedia formats in the text. Some of the important structure formats are standardized general markup language, which is called as SGML, extensible markup language XML, hypertext markup language HTML. And portable document format, which is called PDF, is the most widely accepted format for electronic document. Page image formats such as TIFF G4, the tag image file format, GIF, which is graphic interchange format, and JPEG formats are the few prominent images format for documents. So we can summarize what we learned from this session is that it highlights electronic resources can be defined as resources in electronic format that provide information or an indicator to the information. Electronic resources can be accessible over the internet or stored on media like CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. Now, large number of publications are using the internet as a global way to offer their publications to the user community. So, an electronic version of a resource offers enhanced features and functionalities that are not possible in print publication, such as uniqueness of information, ease of use, wider accessibility, timely updates, and cost effectiveness. Also, more features like availability of supplementary materials online, including graphs, photographs, audio and video clippings. Then electronic resources can be accessible from anywhere, anytime, and the multiple listing and access, availability of detailed usage statistics, and are the basic extra-added features of electronic resources. Above all, electronic resources provides cross-linking to other resources available in the library. E-resources save space and relatively easy to maintain. When total processing and space costs are taken into account, electronic resources may also result in some overall reduction of a library cost. So it helps the budget people to evaluate the library budget. Electronic version of a resource may therefore be preferred over the print version, since an electronic resource offers significant added value such as uniqueness of information, its ease of use, and wider accessibility at this time, and its cost effectiveness. Thank you.